Hey guys, here's your second video. This video, let me just tilt the screen a bit. This video is going to be about it's going to be kind of like an addition to making beats. So we had like our first video was how to make like a 4-beat beat, how to make multiple 4-beat beats, how to have different kits inside your area here. I'm going to kind of expand from there. So right now we're only going to be using MIDI tracks. So you see there's MIDI here and there's MIDI here. I don't need these audio tracks. So I'm going to right click and say, right click up here and just say delete. Right click, delete, get rid of those guys. So I just want MIDI tracks here. And then I'm going to just, let's leave it at 2 right now. So we'll leave it at 2. So go ahead and do this. Do this on yours and make a new one if you don't want to erase the stuff you did before. Just have 2 MIDI tracks here. So pause me right now and do this. 2 MIDI tracks. Okay, so once you've got that, I'm going to go through, and what my goal today is to have 2 different beats that really add to each other. And one beat is going to be longer than the other beat, so that I have this like long beat that maybe is like more drawn out and has more space to it, and maybe there's like lower sounding drums or bigger sounding drums. And then I'm going to have a shorter beat that has like higher sounding drums, and they're going to work really well together because they're kind of contrasts of each other. So let me find some like big like drums of death type of drums. Let me see. I want just like low sounding. Oh, that's interesting. I might use that later. I remember this one. I might use that later. What was that? The percussion? Okay. It's like low. Yeah, I'm going to take this. I'm going to drop it in my MIDI one. And then I'm going to double click here to make a clip. And then right now I've got one. See, it's like 1, and this is 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. This is called a measure. So this is like 4. There's 4 beats. 1 beat, 2 beat, 3 beats, 4 beats. See up here, it also says 4. Those are actually connected. So here, I'm going to go ahead, and I like to just like hit play. And it's playing nothing because I've got nothing here. And I'm just going to do a kick here, do a snare. Too fast. I don't like it. Like, I'm going to bring it slow. Lots of space between, like lots of space, right? And then I'm going to go maybe do like hi-hat, just like a ton of space, just like. It's really open, not a ton of stuff going on, right? And then this is kind of repetitive. It's like the same thing over and over again for 4 beats. If I want to lengthen this, right? You'll see over here, you see this little top arrow here. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to have more beat, right? So I'm actually bringing it all the way out. I'm bringing it all the way up to where I see 3. And now I've got like, if I click down here, I can kind of move back and forth, right? I can also push up. If I push my mouse up, it kind of zooms in and zooms out. So I'm going to push it up so I can see the whole thing. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 beats of one measure. This is called a measure. And then 4 beats of another measure. And there's nothing there, right? It's going all the way. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add another kick on the first beat of that measure. But then now I'm going to add like a little bit something here. And I'm going to add a snare on the second beat of that measure and a snare on the 4th beat of the measure. So got it. And I'm going to keep that hi-hat going, right? So now it's like more drawn out. It's less repetitive. It's kind of like 4, it's much longer. So what I like you to do is like you can copy the pattern that I used, or you can use your own pattern. But I would like you to make a 2 measure. So this is like 1 measure is here, and and then another measure is here. 2-measure beat. So I'll pause me right now and make a 2-measure beat, something that's 2 measures long. Alright, so now, once I got this 2-measure beat, kind of have it playing, right? I can go over here and I've got another empty MIDI track. I'm going to go back to that percussion core kit that I've got, right? Take this one, and I'm going to pull it up here and put that in there, right? So now the sounds of this thing are much different. Like I have this I don't know if I like this. I don't like this. I'm not going to use this one. Hold on. Let me find a different one. Let's see. I want something that sounds like really different. I'm going to stop this so I can hear these better. Yeah, that sounds like way, I don't know, it's much higher up. Try this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. This is it's just much higher up. There's much more high end stuff. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna drag this in here, and it's gonna overdo. See, I put percussion in there, and then I put that one in, and just change the entire thing. And then I'm gonna go over here and make a clip. And now this clip, I am going to make it much more frantic, like a lot more stuff close together. So let me just listen to these. Listen, oh, I like that high stuff, right? Give me 3 of those. I'm gonna turn this down here a little bit. 2 off, 3 of those, and I'm just making patterns here that seem cool to me. Sometimes this 2 off gives you that kind of pull feeling. So now let's just see what this one sounds. Maybe end with these. Maybe put this one here. Yeah, that's cool. Just kind of this high end, maybe make this really low. And you don't have to worry about, now I'm just kind of making patterns of things that I think, were cool, right? So now, when I play this one, here's my old beat. This is handling all the low stuff. This is the main core beat, right? But then I add this thing over here. Kind of adds this fluttering high end that I can turn off if I click this button here whenever I want. All right, and then I turn it back on. If I wanted to, I could just have 4 off, 3, 4. And you can kind of play back and forth between the two. I mean, and you could also, if you wanted to, add just another track here, which is just oh, there's a ton of cool stuff in this one. Maybe this one is just shaker, double shakers every, and what is this? So I can go between so now I got and if I wanted the whole row to play, I can actually click over here. And going back to the top one. So what I'm doing there, basically, I'm keeping this beat right here, this main beat. I'm keeping this going while these two beats I can kind of switch between, and it gets rid of a lot of the repetitiveness that you'll find in your beats. So today, what you need to do is you need to show me a main beat and then two beats you can switch between that will relieve some of the repetitiveness of some of your beats. So you have a main beat that needs to be two measures. Remember, there's two measures. So that's 4 beats and 4 beats. So 2 measures, longer one. And you can rewind the video to figure out how to do that. And then 2 beats that go on top of it that kind of accentuate different parts of the beat to make it feel not so repetitive. Great. Have fun. I'll come around and I'm going to check it at the end of class today. Cool. How do I turn this off?